Folks, just a short update visually on how the plant wall room is looking. I've got some treadmilling to do, some top chops to do, some propagations to do on the floor, and a whole bunch of rearranging and organizing to do on the floor. But you can see how the Michelitzianas in the center on the floor are actually starting to become noticeable from a slight distance away, with their white stripe in the center of their leaves. The Tanderusa Jacqueline right behind the poly has given me a brand new nice size leaf. I'm very happy with that. Everybody else is doing great. I'm showing a little bit of sign of spider mites. I've addressed that. I sprayed everybody down with bifenthrin and some more sulfur, and that's just to bide me some time until the new sprayer I ordered gets here this weekend, this coming weekend. Friday it should be here actually. That's going to be dedicated just to the water, soap, alcohol mixture. It's going to make life much easier for me to have that stashed away in the bathroom, and then I can just take everything to the bathtub and, you know, pump it up and load it up and go to town in the bathtub. Doing these wall plants is going to be very easy. There's the Rhaphidophora, by the way, doing something interesting for a change. I might be happy, I don't know yet. I've put off getting happy with what this plant does, because it usually does something like this and then just decides to go off reservation again. But we'll see what happens this time around. So coming back to here for a short while, the Majestic needs to be treadmilled. It's already past the top of its pole. The Melanochrysum is about a week away from getting its first top chop and then lowered. And the Soderoy is going to be ready, not ready, but it's getting a new leaf ready after giving me that beautiful new leaf that you see on the top right of the plant. The Monstera constellation is now working on a new leaf. The Verrucosum always has a new leaf in the works. Same for that little silver sword, which is not going to be here for much longer. It's going to be switched out with a adult form. This is still not adult form. I have two adult forms, top cuts, that are low on the pole, that are ready to come into this room. The Epipremnum is doing phenomenally well. It put me out two huge leaves after I strangled and rotted away the one after that fenestrated one. It lost the fenestration, still come back, but look at the size of those leaves. They're bigger than the fenestrated leaf was. So yeah, good news there. The golden pothos is doing very well. Just waiting for it to put out its next leaf. The Adansonii are recovering from their little minor mite issue. I removed a ring of fire from between these two and put it in another room. The pink princesses are doing great. Jungle Boogie's doing great. The Polly's doing well. The Caladium Halo Beauty I moved. I want to see how it does over here. It's going to be part of the little rearrange that I'm doing here. The Black Dragon Coleus is doing really, really well. The Gloriosums here I have to work on and combine them. I've now got two planters. I only want one here. So I'm going to take the nice growing end with that, just put me out that beautiful leaf right there. That's going to go into one planter, and maybe a couple pieces from here, or I might even put the Gloriosum, the original Gloriosum, which is right now over here. And you can see the cut end now already sprouting. And the result of cutting that, actually, just so it's clear, gave me that. This is the Gloriosum that's been cut. This is the growing end of it right there. 1, 2, 3, and then there's a fourth leaf way over there on the other side of the Scindapsus. And here hopefully you can see it in the container that it's in. Growing quite nicely, thank you. That's the latest leaf right there. It's going to be a nice one when it's all said and done. The Thai constellation, here's the new leaf it's working on right there. Very happy with that. And again, the Majestic, I love this plant. Its leaves have the shape of a verrucosum. That's what it looks like, a verrucosum in leaf shape. It's just got the colors of a real pale and sickly corduroy. You can see it's just got some silver patchy right there going up and down the leaf. But a sharp looking plant, and rapidly growing now. I mean, this thing is really bolting nicely. I couldn't be happier. I'm going to have to switch it out, I think, with the I might have to switch it out with I might put the corduroy over here and then move the majestic over to here, because I can drop the majestic once it's over here in this area. Here I can't, because I've got the planter of the gloriosum down on the floor. So yeah, that's going to be in the works this week. That'll get switched around a little bit. I do want to keep that grouping over here, though. I like those three plants in particular between the golden crocodile and the Thai constellation. I might have to spread out the Thai constellation one more rung, you know, once these three get some size. So I might have to move the Thai over to where the verrucosum is right now. But by that time, the verrucosum will be rooted into the top section of the pole and drop down to there. So, yeah, it'll work out. Slowly but surely, I'm getting to all of the plants that I want on this wall being on this wall. I've got another Adansonii to remove from this wall because I have too many Adansonii. I only need 2. I've got 4 poles. I only need 2. There's the Jacqueline Tanderusa. Again, looking beautiful. Look at that. Here's the poly, looking nice. And here are the Michelitzianas from up close. Look at those leaves, looking really, really nice. This one is coming out right now. Just began to emerge. I gotta move this Caladium Hilo Beauty out a bit, away from the leaf so it can drop properly. There we go. But there you go, folks. Look at that. They're really beginning to look nice. They're a gorgeous plant. When you see these things, once they get dark, the green gets so dark it's almost black. And you see one with 15 leaves on it, all being held up nicely on erect petioles and facing forward. They look nicer than a poly. They really do. Yeah, because of the velvet. The leaf isn't even as dark as the poly, but it looks darker because it doesn't have a waxy cuticle to reflect light off of it. It's a really attractive plant. Okay, there you can see again the pink princesses coming along doing fine. Again, they put out their little jankety-jank leaves. I never worried about it too much. Even the one down here put out 3 super janky leaves, and I said screw you, and it came out with that after that and that. And there's another one here and there's one behind that's against. Yeah, there's one, well, no more leaf on there now. There's a really goofy leaf on there, right there. There's a slightly less goofy leaf, and then we got this. Welcome to the pink princess, folks. It's not a bug. It's a feature of the plant. Okay, I've got a couple of theories. One is that whatever genes or alleles might have had to get switched for the plant to begin to show variegation also affected some of the genes or alleles that govern leaf development on the plant. It's that simple. It's featured into the plant. Okay, it's got nothing to do with humidity. I'm sick and tired of these idiots on Reddit going on about humidity. Okay, I had this happen in an entire range of humidities, from below 40 to above 80. So, and a whole range of watering schedules. It's neither. It's a feature of the plant itself. Certain philodendrons are just, and the same with the gloriosums. They were a little bit finicky opening. Here we go. My lights just began to shut off. They were a little bit finicky when they're young, when they're this size leaves. Once they start to hit this size leaf, it's no worries. They just start cranking. Okay, some of these plants, when they're small, have difficulties. Okay, it's that simple. And some, I think, are just because of their a change in their genetic makeup, something happened to trigger bad leaf timing and or development. That seems to really only be an issue when they're young. and small. Once they get cranking and hit their stride and begin to mature, no biggie at all. Okay, folks, I'm going to try, like I said, I'm going to try to keep this one short. I already got into more detail than I wanted. There will be an update coming up once I get everything here organized for the upcoming main growing season, even though it's a growing season all year round in this room. But things do pick up in the summertime with the increase in temperature. There's a 20-degree difference in average on the daily average temperature here in this room. Right, in the wintertime it's 76 to 80. In the summertime it's 88 to 99. And the growth rates change accordingly. Okay, here we go. My lights are all going off. Okay, folks, have fun.